Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and either any of these blokes. This is the Flying Elite from Pyroclan in yet another brand new tank which has come into the game. With patch 9.22, this is the rear turreted Russian Tier 10 heavy tank, the Object 705A, and every video the last few days, or the last probably week now, has featured a new tank, and that's what I'm pretty excited about these new tanks. This is a tank that I am miles away from getting. I think I've just unlocked the Tier 8. Now this new rear turreted heavy tank line branches out from the IS at Tier 7, the ISM at Tier 8, and the 705 at Tier 9, and the 705A at Tier 10. That's what you're seeing the Flying Elite running around in now. You can see he's got heat rounds loaded, which is premium ammunition on this tank. 650 alpha damage in the 152mm gun, 317 penetration. That's with premium. 256 with armor piercing, which is standard rounds. Puts a shot into the WZ11158, getting into, looks like thought he was trying to tuck himself into this corner on Windstorm. Try and maybe do a bit of side scraping. He sent me a few messages just before I started recording this video about the Object 705A. It's a tank that I'm looking forward to getting myself, even though I've only just unlocked Tier 8. I think it might be the focus of my next my next grind, if you like. Anyway, the score's 0-all. He's put one shot into the WZ11158. That's a Chinese Tier 10 heavy tank. I think that shot was more out of frustration than anything else, that he didn't really have a shot at anything. Pulling back again, and you can see with the turret at the rear, it looks like it's a pretty good tool for side scraping, I guess you could say. It looks like he's trying to aim at that little... They had that little bit of a thing on the corner of the Chinese heavy tank, which was a little bit flat. Cops a shot for 670 damage with a standard round from the 704. Loses his driver as well. I'm not sure if that's a common occurrence in this tank or not. I guess the tank's a little bit too new to come to that conclusion. Anyway, 1-all's the score. The Flying Elite's on 1262 damage. Just got 352 hit points from the Tiger 2, which... that was a standard round again, which tells him maybe the frontal armour isn't as awesome as we might think. Loads of HE round, puts a shot into the side of the WZ11158, knowing that the Yeti player is side scraping very, very efficiently and not really going to offer too many weak points. Throws an HE round, gets him down to 78 hit points, looking clearly towards the Tiger 2 now. Of course, I'd be looking at that too, because he knows how to penetrate the Object 705. He's already done it once. Could have been a fluke. And again, I think that was just a shot out of frustration. Now the Flying Elite's on 1428 hit points. He's done 1569 damage himself. Bounces a shell from the Tiger 2. So maybe that first shell from the Tiger 2 was more of a lucky shot rather than a well-placed round into the Object 705A. 1569 damage done. 1400 damage blocked. So he's certainly has got some armour, but maybe it depends on the angle. Maybe that's what we're trying to find out here. I think that this Flying Elite, mentioned that maybe it was hadn't played a massive amount of games in it when he had this one. I think this was maybe his 6th or his 8th battle, something like that. And he looks towards the mouse. That one doesn't go through. I really thought that was going to go through. The mouse on 2,000 hit points. Flying Elite on 1,093. So he's really going to have to watch his angles here and make sure every shot counts. The Type 4 Heavy looks like he totally missed that shot. Maybe he hit the mouse and did no damage. Now that mouse is in a pretty good position, but the WZ11158 is not. Gets rid of the Yeti player, and I was talking to one of the Yeti players the other day, and he mentioned that people talk about being focused, having good statistics and XVM and all that kind of stuff. He said having Yeti tags is certainly puts a target on your back, which is a testament to how good they're going, I guess. 4-all's the score on Windstorm now. Flying Elite on 1 kill. Nearly 3,000 damage done, 1,400 blocked, a little bit of assisted damage. 5-4 now as the purging on the enemy team goes down. That Type 4 Heavy just got taken out though by, who was it? Not sure who it was. There's Spitball in the T55A from T-Rec. I know him from something else. But anyway, 6-4 is the score. Flying Elite on 2 kills, nearly 3,400 damage done, 1,400 blocked. He's only got 800 health though, so he's got to make sure he's angling spot on if he's going to try and bounce some mouse rounds. 6-4, he's just sort of kicking back, keeping an eye on the map, keeping an eye on where he can be shooting these enemy tanks. He's got, you can see he's got extra combat rations. That's to help with his reload and his aim time. all that kind of stuff. Side scrapes quite nicely there. With the building there on his left, you'd imagine he'd be reasonably safe from the enemy artillery, if there was one. I don't know why, but I thought there was an enemy artillery. I think I was thinking of the shot from the 704 that took out his driver. The mouse gets taken down to 8 hit points. Flying Elite sees his chance, decides he's just got to make sure he gets the angle right though. Auto aims on the big tier 10 German heavy tank. Moves down here to maybe try to avoid that 704 over there. Now that 704, what's the alpha damage on the 704? About 600 or 700, I think. And that would take Flying Elite down to a sweet FA as far as hit points go. Should that tier 9 Russian tank destroyer penetrate a shot. 8-6 is the score. Flying Elite on 3 kills, 4,103 damage, 1,400 damage blocked. He's only got 3. Premium rounds left. Make that 2. Puts a shot into the Tiger 2. Continues with the heat rounds. Even though the Tiger 2, you wouldn't imagine would be much of a challenge to penetrate at that angle. Moving forward, continuing to move forward just to make sure he doesn't. He continues to keep that good angle. Leaves the Tiger 2 on 1 hit point. Bounces the shell, which is good. Still got 836 hit points up his sleeve. He'll be hoping somebody starts heading back to the cap for the reset. And he finally gets rid of a tier 8 German heavy tank. He advises his teammates in the chat to defend the base. I can't really see anyone who's going to get there. There's a minute to go. T55A, my old mate Spitball, he knows what he's doing. He's no dummy. Flying Elite says, no worries, I'll just get rid of this 263. Left shift. An interesting in-game, though. Looks like there's going to be two tanks capping from the Flying Elites team, which might negate... it does by 5 seconds. They're still going to need 1 reset. That should go through. Does comfortably. He's down to standard rounds. He'd run out of heat rounds. I think that's what he actually said in the when he sent me the replay. He said that in the message. I ran out of heat rounds, and also mentioned that it was his the 6th or 8th battle in this tank. Confirms the top gun with a kill on the Object 704. He's all by himself down there. Did get some damage though. 690. There's the alpha damage of the 704. He's on 146 hit points now. Just 2 enemy tanks remaining. 1 on the cap, or 1 was on the cap. And this WZ-132A, which the Flying Elite is driving towards. He advises his teammates to stop capping, please, if you don't mind. The low on 1,000 hit points. Looks like the ISU-152 just copped a pretty big shot. That WZ-132A, what's that? Is dead now. That must have been the tank that shot him. The low picked up that kill though. 7 seconds left on the cap. Looks like they're all going towards the Centurion Action X. They've cleaned him up. Flying Elite confirms his top gun, and 6,500 damage. That's not too bad at all. Let's have a quick look at the result before I get the next replay ready. This is going to still be 3 replays in today's video, featuring some tier 10s. And it's going to be a few little different tanks. Let's have a look. The Flying Elite in his 705A, the brand new rear turreted tier 10 Russian heavy tank, ace tanker mastery badge, bruiser, duelist, 5 for effect, high caliber and top gun. He well and truly top scored in that one. 6,500, nearly 6,600 damage, 6 kills, 1291 base experience. Not bad from the low either. 1230. That could have been an ace as well in that tier 10 battle in a tier 8 heavy tank. He fired 20 shots, 19 hit, 15 did damage. I think there was a few shots fired in frustration, especially when that the 5A was side scraping, and somebody else was not quite poking, just sort of teasing him. And but never mind. 668 assisted damage, 1720 damage block. Cost him 60,000 because it was a lot of heat rounds getting thrown around. And look, to be fair, some of them probably didn't need to be heat rounds, but I guess his hit points was starting to get a bit low, so you want to make sure every shot counts, that's for sure. I'm not trying to be critical, that's just something I sort of noticed. Like the side shots into the Tiger 2, but I guess you wouldn't be stuffing around trying to change around your ammunition types if you're trying to confirm the kill. Pick yourself up a top gun and carry the game. As we move on to the second game in this triple shot of tier 10 action, this is Bolagnaise from Yeti Clan. Bolagnaise in the TVP T50 51. If you look closely, he's got a couple of marks. It looks like he's got 4 marks of excellence on the gun barrel. Of course he doesn't. He's got 2. And this is from a few weeks ago now. Only a few weeks behind now that I've sort of skipped over a lot of replays. He does get spotted looking towards WZ-120. Tier 10 battle, just 3 Tier 10 tanks on each side. No idea where that first shot towards the T-32 went, but the next two went in, gave him 573 damage. Ping's a help key saying, come on guys, I'm up there, I can't do this all by myself. I'll try and do most of it on my own, but not too much. Now you can see Bolagnaise on Twitch. There'll be a link down below, as well as a link to the Flying Elites YouTube channel, which is from the 704A replay. Look at this. Oh, this is just beautiful. Watch this. 3. Can he get 4 out of 4? Yes, he can. Puts a full clip into the low. Now that Tier 10 premium German heavy tank, he'll be going, fucking hell, what am I doing? He was on full health. Now he's on 181 hit points. The full clip from the Tier 10 Czech auto-loading medium tank goes straight into the German heavy tank at Tier 8. What can you do? He's still got heat rounds loaded. You can see he's got nearly 2,000 damage already. And now you can see that T44 is just fired. Keeps him tracked. Unloads. Again, leaves him on 75. There's left 2 tanks on 1 shots for his team. So even though the score's 1-0, there's 2 tanks that are on less than 100 hit points on the enemy team. The low who's just been killed by the Bulldog. And of course that T44, as Bolagnaise waits for that auto-loading gun to reload. It's a 4-shot auto-loader. He's got the Butchie. I suppose that's how you say it. He's got the Butchie as a premium consumable. Bounces a shot from the AT-15. Thinks, I'm not going to let you get away with that, old son. Only 1 shell left. T44 very, very kindly offers Bolagnaise his lower plate, and Bol says, no worries, hold my beer. I'll take my first kill. 3,857 damage already, and he's only copped 295 in the Czech tank destroyer. Very interesting camouflage. I reckon is that a Clan Wars reward camouflage, or is it? I've seen green versions of that from the Clan Wars thing. Maybe it's from something else, ranked battles or some kind of promotion. It looks pretty groovy though. It certainly suits the tank. 4-3's a score. Clearly looking at the Object 140 and the WZ. 1 clip should be enough to kill both of those tanks, you should imagine. There goes the Object 140. Does the right thing. Focuses on the Tier 10 Russian medium tank first. Still got 2 shells left in the clip. 2 rounds, I should say. First shot misses. He's not going to be able to kill the WZ. And the last shell doesn't even scratch him. I thought he would have at least tracked the WZ with a shot there. Looked like it was right on his his back drive wheel, if that's the right terminology. 6-4, 4,403 damage. A little bit blocked, and even though he's been all the way up to the front, he certainly hasn't got no assisted damage yet, which is interesting. Even though he's been right up the front of this battle all the way through. 1 quick shell into the WZ, picks up kill number 3. 7-5's this score. There's still plenty of opportunities to kill these enemy tanks. That Scorpion G will be a very nice, easy target on 145 hit points. Even the VK100 over there on 800, there's plenty of low health targets and plenty of hit points still up for grabs for Bolagnaise in the TVP T50-51. 3 kills, 4,500 damage, 550 damage blocked. I still can't believe he's got no assisted damage. 1 shell, 2 shells into the Jag Tiger, confirms kill number 4. Looking towards the VK100 01P. That's the heavily armoured Tier 8 German heavy tank, the one that leads to the mouse. Finally artillery takes a shot at Bolagnaise. He takes a reload, moves out. He's used his repair kit and his first aid kit to unstun the crew and also fix his tracks. So he's going to run away while he reloads. And of course, a good thing about the TVP T50-51, compared to the Batchat, it's quite natural to compare the TVP T50-51 with the Batchat, simply because they're both Tier 10 medium auto-loaders. 1 shell less in the clip for the TVP, but much quicker between shots and a much faster overall reload, which is what you would expect having 1 shell left. But the short time between these 4 shells is just absolutely beautiful. Finds a T110E4, says no, thank you. I'm not going to accost the T110E4 frontally. This cap's not in danger. Is obviously spotting the T110E4. So if the WZ wants to have a crack, he can. He gets lit again. Now that T110E4 is clearly aiming Bolognaise's way. I'm very interested to see what he does here. I know what he'll do. It looks like he's trying to bait a shot. If that T110E4 fires, he'll just go around and clip him. Did he bounce the shot from the T110E4? Got shot from artillery from that direction. That was the friendly artillery. Gets the kill anyway in the end. That's his 5th kill. He'll be saying, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for that. I really appreciate it. Look, he was asking for help with that T110E4. Did he bounce the shot from the... It looked to me like he bounced a shot from the T110E4. Anyway, God, you'll take that. Or maybe his tracks did the damage. Hello! Snipes that one to confirm the top gun. Second shot damages and tracks the T57 heavy tank. The mouse nearly blocks Bolognaise's shot, but he takes the reload. 6 kills, 6,535 damage. Gets some assisted damage from tracking the T57 heavy tank. 13-11. You got to think a win's looking pretty good. Look, a win was looking pretty good 5 minutes ago, but then the enemy team just seemed to pull it back. What's left? The M41 Walker Bulldog, the WT Alf Panzer IV at tier 9, up against the STI and the VK. So plenty of armour there. Still 1,200 hit points up for grabs, and that's what Bolagnaise will be thinking. 6 kills. He's going to try and turn this one into a Radley, quite possibly. Cops one shot from the VK. That was a calculated take. Puts 4 shells into it. He's got one shell left. Artillery gets the kill on the STI. 15-11. 7 kills to Bolagnaise. Unlucky not to get a Radley. Yeah, I'd say he was unlucky not to get a Radley, but not a bad little performance. And with that game, he picked up his 3rd mark of excellence, and that's what Bolagnaise likes to do. He likes to run around in these tier 10 tanks, pumping the marks of excellence on it. Of course, with the with the Czech ones, it looks like there's 6, but of course 1 mark is 2 stripes. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge as well. Hand of God, Bruiser, Jeweler's Fire for effect, High Caliber, Top Gun. Have a look at that. He had plenty to do with the demise of a lot of those tanks. 7,608 hit points of damage. 7 kills. The guy who came second in damage was the mouse with 3,000. Less than half the damage that Bolagnaise did. He had an absolute perler. A lot of things seemed to fall into place, but he picked his aggressive moments very, very well and said, rightio, he's just fired, let's go get him. This bloke's low health, let's go get him. Cost him 70,000 credits though, but that's okay because it's well worth it for getting 3 marks of excellence on the Czech auto-loading tier 10 medium tank, the TVP T50 That's Bolagnaise from Yeti Clan. Don't forget to check him out on Twitch. Link will be down there somewhere, along with all the other crap that I normally put on there. Before we move on to, this is our 3rd and final game. This is kainyn, or Kane, from GI Clan. Kane in the WZ1321, which is the tier 10 Chinese light tank. Now, I had a game on this when I started doing ranked battles. I only did it for one night. When it works, this tank is absolutely fantastic. APCR rounds are standard ammunition. 390 alpha damage. That's not too bad for a light tank. 390 alpha damage, 246 penetration, that's with standard rounds. 280 penetration with heat rounds. So it's an extra 34 millimeters of penetration with the premium rounds. He has been spotted, but he's not holding back. Looked towards... Who was he aiming towards then? I can't see who's lost any health. It wasn't the AMX. T34 he got with his second shot. Maybe he's no longer lit. I'm tipping he's no longer lit. He's sitting in the cap circle. Even though on the minimap it doesn't look like he's in the cap circle. Moved into a very aggressive position to spot these heavy tanks that are making their way up the hill. It doesn't... You'd imagine if he was lit, somebody would be aiming his way. Decides against shooting the Badger because the Badger was pretty well angled. He turns back towards the T34 who was going up towards the hill. There's the Badger again. You'd love it for somebody to shoot the Badger. Switches to heat rounds because the Badger frontally can be a little bit of a challenge to penetrate, especially when you don't have... I don't know what I'm trying to say. You don't have too many opportunities. He does get spotted. 6 cents goes off. He says, I'm out of here. Bounces a shot from the Badger for 480 hit points. Thank you very much. I'll take that all day long. Gets off the cap circle. Of course, on encounter mode, the cap circle takes an absolute age to cap it out. Now, he's already picked up 1,670 hit points of damage, 928 assisted damage. The score's not looking too good, though, for Cade in the WZ1321, the tier 10 Chinese light tank. Finds the heavies, and that's doing what heavies often do on Prokhorovka, kicking back on the hill and sniping like absolute champions. He knew he was spotted before the sixth sense even went off. He says, yeah, that'll do. I've had a cheeky shot into the side of the AMX. We do have an artillery. If artillery starts dropping turds on these guys' heads, which it looks like somebody just did 250 into the AMX, he's going to maybe go for another cheeky look. Let's have a look. See what he does. Backs up so that it's going to be quicker to run away if he does take a shot. Looking for a cheeky shot towards the object 257, who's on the other side of the railway line. Looks towards the AMX. Doesn't like his chances of penetrating the turret at that angle. And also, obviously, he's showing that his backside of that light tank. So maybe just happy to keep some vision up on this hill. These are the snipers. It looks like they're aiming in his general direction, but he's clearly not lit. I mean, if a Badger and an AMX saw a light tank with the rear of the tank facing them, surely they'd be shooting, especially since they know that they've been lit because they are taking fire. 2 walls to score, 2,000 damage already for Kainyn from GI Clan, 1490 assisted damage. Looks like he's looking towards the centre. There's somebody on the enemy team in the cap circle, but you can't see him on the mini-map. Maybe, no, that's not them. Leopard PTA critically hits the side of the Tier 9 German medium tank. Moves back again. As soon as he fired, he knew he'd be lit from these heavy tanks up on the hill. Expertly sniping away. Decides now might be the time to try and work out who's sitting on the cap. He's about to enter the cap circle. Now, of course, when you roll onto the cap circle, you do stop the timer going off. Fires clutch towards the T49, which is the tank that was capping. He's got to keep moving though because he has been spotted, and he doesn't want to be taking fire from those world champion snipers up on the hill who are probably not going to move. Well, maybe they will. Anyway, the AMX M449's been killed. That's one of the snipers that Kane was spotting. Gets another 260 assisted damage on the T34. That's the Tier 8 American heavy tank. Shoots. This is very unselfish play there. Shoots the house out from where that T49 was hiding. So he would have got nothing for that. But of course, that does open it up so that his teammates back here or even up here can put some damaging shots into the American Tier 9 light tank. He does shoot him for another 367 hit points, brings his damage up to 2.5, and assisted damage 2,700, 3,365 now. Now loses his tracks. He has to fix the tracks with a quick tap of the 4 key, so he won't be able to do that for a little while longer. He's only got 2 standard rounds left. I think he started with was it 17 of each? Or maybe not, we'll see. 3,160 damage done already. That's not too bad for a light tank. Even a Tier 10 light tank in a battle like this manages to help neutralise the T49. Moves back up again, looking for some more assisted damage up on the hill. Scores 4-2. 3,160 damage done by Kainyn from GI Clan. Puts a shot into the side of the T34, executes the American Tier 8 heavy tank, and brings his damage up to 3,413. That's his first kill. 3,895 assisted damage. This is how to scout effectively. This is amazing. In the Chinese Tier 10 light tank WZ132-1, you can see he's got Chinese food running as a premium consumable, and that's going to help not only his vision and his rate of fire, but also his camouflage value. So when it'll allow him to not only get closer to the enemy tanks before being spotted, being in a light tank, going through the bushes, but also to be able to watch, to see further away what might be down there. Now, only one enemy tank has not been lit, and that's the Udes, the Udes at Tier 8. Now, look, I doubt he would be down here. There is one tank that had been spotted. It's the other T34. Auto aims, puts one shot into the side of the American heavy tank. The Jag Tiger confirms a kill, which is exactly what Kainyn wanted to happen there. And now he can aggressively move down towards the south, get up on this railway line, get some vision on all these camping players down here in the southwest corner. With the score on 10-3, the result's probably a foregone conclusion. Oh, don't roll it! Nearly rolls it. Auto aims on the Leopard PTA at Tier 9. Doesn't turns the auto aim off because he looks like he was behind something. Now he's auto aimed. He's going straight for the Leopard. Puts the killing shot into the Tier 9 German medium tank. brings the score up to 12-3, 4,500 damage, nearly 4,000 assisted damage. Now he's trying to help this T54 lightweight spot all these tanks. Now the T54 would have got that assisted damage on the Udes, but that T54 is on very low hit points, just 59. But he can't stop now. 3 tanks are capping as well. I'm not sure what the hell is going on there. 2 kills to kainyn from GI Clan, looking towards those camping tank destroyers right on the red line. The Scorpion G, and of course the Object 704. Scorpion G, that's going to be the easier one to penetrate, I think, but he's got heat rounds loaded just because that's all that he's got left. Hits a bump at the crush at a terrible moment and misses the shot on, I think it was the Scorpion, before the Object 704 kills him, but it doesn't matter because the 907 is charging forward. He's going to keep that last TD lit. We all know it's going to be a win. In the end, they capped it out 14-5. Wow, that was just amazing. I guess those players who were capping, which is what the Scorpion G and the T26E5, maybe they were low health. Maybe they didn't like their chances of crossing that open ground. But wow, not a bad result at all from the old mate kainyn from GI Clan. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Spotter Medal, Bruise Up, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, Patrol Duty. Excellent work in the Chinese Tier 10 light tank. Not only did he spot a heap, he did a heap of damage as well. Got the most by damage, 4,500 damage, 2 kills, 1258 base experience. He fired 23 shots, 16 hit, 12 went through. Some of the shots weren't aimed, and it was just sort of shooting on the run. And that shot towards the TDs at the end, just as his tank went into a ditch, and that just sort of threw his aim miles away. 5,300 assisted damage. That's what I'm talking about. All from the front, 2 kills. He only made 3,000 credits because he ran out of standard rounds. He had to fire some heat rounds, and of course it cost him 10,000 for the Chinese food, but not a bad result at all from kainyn from GI Clan in the WZ132-1, the Tier 10 Chinese light tank. And massive thanks to Bolagnaise from Yeti Clan for that 3 marks of excellence in the TVP. Don't forget to check him out on Twitch. Flying elite in the brand new Tier 10 rear turreted Russian heavy tank, the Object 705A. Check him out on YouTube as well. The links will be down there with all the other crap that I normally put down. Once again, thank you very much for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.